This is TMUA 2021, Paper 1, Question 6. Given the function f of x, which is cos x plus 3, all divided by 7 plus 5 cos x minus sin squared x, we want to find the difference between the minimum value of f and the maximum value. Okay, so first, this expression for f looks quite complicated, so it's going to be hard to immediately try and minimize and maximize this. So maybe let's try and simplify this first. But what do we notice? Well, we see there's a cos x and a sin squared x. So the numerator and the denominator both have cos, and the only non-cos x term is sin squared. But how may we get rid of this? Well, we know the identity sin squared x is 1 minus cos squared x, and doing that makes everything in terms of cos, which should hopefully be useful for us. So doing that, this becomes cos x plus 3, all divided by 7 plus 5 cos x minus 1 minus cos squared x. And simplify the denominator gives us exactly this. Okay, this is looking slightly more nicer, but maybe we can simplify this even further. How might we do that? Well, if we look at the denominator, we see that this is a quadratic in cos squared. So when you see a quadratic, what might you do? Well, the first thing you should notice to do is try and factorise this. And by inspection, you can see we can factorise this as a 3 and a 2. So this factorises cos x plus 3 times by cos x plus 2. And we also see that the denominator agrees with the numerator in one of the factors. So ideally, we could just cancel these cos x plus 3 to give us f of x is equal to 1 over cos x plus 2. But we should be wary. Well, why is that? Well, what if cos x plus 3 is 0? And if that occurs, then we're cancelling through by 0, which is not allowed, and could mean that f of x is undefined at some points. But why are we okay? Well, because cos x is between minus 1 and 1, this never occurs. Cos x is never equal to minus 3, because cos x is between 1 and minus 1. So, with this out of the way, we have f of x is equal to this. And this looks much more simpler, and we can try and minimise and maximise this. So, what is the minimum value? Well, the minimum value of this is precisely when the denominator is largest. So that occurs when cos x is largest, which is 1, and that gives us f of x is 1 over 1 plus 2, which is a third. Now, conversely, to maximise this precisely occurs when the denominator is smallest, as you're dividing by a smaller number, which gives a larger quotient. And this occurs when cos x is smallest, which is minus 1, and therefore f of x is maximum at 1 over minus 1 plus 2, which is equal to 1. And remember, we want to work out the difference between the max and the min. So that gives us 1 minus 1/3, which is 2/3. So the answer is D.